Hello. So I recorded a video that was supposed to be part of my Vlogtober daily vlogs that I upload weekly. But it ended up being 30 minutes long, so it will now be its own separate video. And it's gonna be a cook with me where I'm gonna make some General Tso's chicken with lo mein noodles. So if you are interested in seeing how to make that, go ahead and keep watching. If you end up liking this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you. Other than that, I hope you enjoy this video. See you later. Okay, so the first thing you do after rinsing off your meat, ladies and gentlemen, before you cook meat, rinse it off first. End of rant. So after you rinse off your meat, you want to cube up your meat. And I will be taking all of this fat off. Look at that. I can't handle it. I don't know what it is. Ugh. When I was on the keto diet, I tried leaving the fat on my meat, and it did not work out well every time. It worked okay most of the time, but every now and then it was like gag city. Alright. So I'm just making some space on my cutting board so I can get down to business. Moving these to the side until it's their turn. I might not even actually need all of these, but whoopsie. We'll just have extra chicken. Oh, and one ingredient that I forgot to mention is fettuccine pasta that I'm using. You don't have to use it in yours. But I wanted something other than just the chicken to go along with it. And I was like, I kind of want some lo mein. We have fettuccine pasta. I don't know if lo mein is actually a separate kind of noodle or not. I'm pretty sure it is. But fettuccine pasta is pretty close to looking like lo mein. So thought I'd just use that since we had it on hand already. Ugh. And I'm just gonna cube this up and then get rid of the fat as we go, because that's gonna take too long. And yes, I'm terrible at cutting things. To this day, people cut my meat for me most of the time when I go somewhere. Like if we're at a restaurant, and if I'm at home, my husband will cut my meat up for me. If we're out somewhere, my husband will cut my meat, or I'm with one of my best friends, they cut my meat, because I'm terrible. I tried to learn, I really did, but I'm just not good at it. Alright, and as you can tell, I'm using the term cube very loosely over here. I don't think I've cubed one yet. It's pretty much dice, would that be a better word? Cut it into chunks. Whatever that terminology is, do that. Cut it into chunks. And so I'll save you having to watch me cut all of these pieces of meat, because as you can tell, this is gonna take a while. So I will see you on the next step. Alright, so now that it's chopped up and most of the fat has been removed, for me, you can leave the fat on of course, it's time to season. And so the seasoning I'm using today is some seasoned salt, just so happen to be Lawry's. Isn't always, it's usually the grocery store brand. But sprinkle that on. Then I'm going to put some minced onions. hate when it doesn't shake out how I want it to. Boop, boop. Some pepper, ground black pepper. And accent the flavor enhancer. So what do y'all know about MSG? All I ever knew was that everybody's always like, no MSG, don't eat MSG, blah 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 blah. It turns out accent, that's the only ingredient. MSG, monosodium glutamate. And it literally is basically a flavor enhancer. It's kind of like salt, but without the sodium. I know this is what salt is basically, but without the bad stuff, kind of. And it was pretty much from the documentary I watched. Let me say that first. I'm not stating this as a fact, but from the documentary I watched, and they had a lot of references to stake their claims. They were saying that it was pretty much a race war. The reason that MSG was blackballed basically in the United States. It was widely used in Asia, it still is. And when Asians first migrated over here, pretty much they were trying to wipe out anything Asian related. And that was one of the things that they targeted, saying that MSG is bad, do not eat it. Pretty much trying to close down their businesses because they knew that they used it in all of their food and all of that stuff. And so a lot of them had to start putting signs in the window saying no MSG used, and a lot of stuff you find in stores say no MSG on them, just to try and get that business back basically. But some restaurants still use MSG, and they stood their ground basically. But a lot of people don't know that accent is MSG, so it's okay for the most part. It's sold regularly in stores. People love it. But I gotta stop with these rambles and side stories and actually cook. So as you saw, I seasoned it, mixed it all up so that it could get on everything. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the skillet. I've had some olive oil heated up on the skillet for a little bit now, like since I stopped chopping it basically. And it sounds about ready. So let's go ahead and put that in there and get on through these steps. Alright, so these next steps are going to go by pretty fast, and I apologize ahead of time if you can't hear me. I had to turn on the hood vent just in case it starts smoking. I didn't want the smoke detector to go off, but if it does, or if while I'm listening to this in editing it sounds too bad, I'll just do a voiceover here, so you won't even know that I'm saying this right now. Alright, and so first thing we're gonna do is throw that meat in there. Surprise, it's a pot here now. Because after I throw the meat in, the next step will be to start boiling the pasta so that it'll all be ready around the same time, and we can just get it plated because, again, I want to eat. So I'm just taking the cutting board. Don't do it. And we're going to slide that meat right in there off the cutting board. Not you. And I was ill prepared, so I grabbed the first thing near me to stir this up with, which is a wooden spoon. Yes, you can cook with a wooden spoon, my brothers and sisters. It's not just for making Kool-Aid. So just mixing this up so it's not clumped on top of each other and it can all cook evenly. And then we can go get that water ready for this pasta. Alright, that's good. Now I'm just going to go over to the sink and put some water in this pot. Alright. And the pasta that I'm using is actually from, what's that called? Blue Apron. A Blue Apron meal that I got that I didn't make. I just ended up using the ingredients for something else. But this came and it was supposed to be used to make sesame chicken. And that's another thing that made me think maybe lo mein and fettuccine are the same thing, since they sent it to make the sesame chicken with. And so I'm just turning this water on, well, turning the fire on under the water so that can get to boiling. Now let's mix up this meat some. And you want to cook the meat all the way before adding anything else to it. Make sure it's fully cooked. You don't want to play with chicken. Alright. And I'm pretty much just going to keep mixing this up till I don't see any more pink. And then we can start adding stuff to it. Oh, and so for the peppers, I just had this on hand already. There's some dried chile peppers, like this. Fiesta brand dried chili peppers. Extra fancy for those who consider quality first. If you can see that, there it is. For those who consider quality first. And so I'm gonna cut the stem off of these and just throw them right in there, just like that. But that's when we get to that step. I also have a bowl of broccoli, basically florets. And that's going to get thrown in here too once the chicken is ready, along with the sauce. And this is the sauce that I'll be using. It's General Tso. There you go. So it's General Tso's Asian sauce. And it's by the brand Fuchsia, which is, I believe, an Aldi brand. I got it from Aldi, but I believe it's one of their brands. I did a haul on this a while ago, and I'm just getting around to actually making the recipe for it. And then the extra virgin olive oil that I'm using, I believe, is also an Aldi brand. Well, that's what it looks like. And you've seen everything else so far other than the broccoli, but it's all the way on the other side of the room right now, and I can't get to it yet. Alright, and so once this gets ready and it's time to put the rest of the stuff in, I'll hop back on here again for y'all. I'm not going to make you sit through each and every minute of this. Okay, so now that the chicken is ready, I'm going to take the broccoli, the sauce, and the peppers, and throw them all in there at the same time. Well, not literally the same time, but you know. You don't have to drain any of the grease or fat or anything from the chicken out of the skillet first. Just pour it on in there. And I've had this out thawing. It was frozen broccoli. So I had it out thawing since I started prepping the chicken. But I did give it a little boost. I put it in the microwave for like a minute, like an actual minute, because it wasn't thawing out fast enough for me. So I'm just putting this, mixing it all together. And another thing I did while I had the camera off, I added some salt to the water for the pasta. And I think we're safe to turn the vent off now, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, you can kind of hear me better now, but not for real because it's still sizzling. Alright, and so now getting some of the peppers. Just have them whole like that. And I'm probably going to add maybe 5 or 6 of these. Get that good spice in my life. So what's General Tso without a kick, you know? This one's kind of long. I'm going to break it in half first. Now count that as 4 and 4 for my husband. And that one's a little raggedy. Come on, give me a good one for my last one back. And 6. Alright. Now, I might add a little bit of water to this too, just to give it some more juice to work on, since all we're going to have in it is this thick sauce. So, I think I'll do that now before I add the sauce. Just add a scooch of water. Where's my measuring cup? Alright, so I added 2/3 cups of water, which might be too much. I'm freestyling over here. If you didn't know, I am freestyling right now. But if it's too much, we can just let some of it cook off. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. Yeah. And so now, thinking if I want to cover this and let this broccoli steam for a minute. Do I? Yeah, I do. And can you see? No, you cannot see in the pot, but the water is about to be boiling, so it's almost pasta time. Alright, so gonna let that do its thing for about 1 or 2 minutes. And the water is boiling now, so let's put this pasta in. We're about to cook. Oh, well, we're already cooking. We're about to eat soon. Don't take long at all once you actually get down to it. Lord, I almost broke it in half. Jesus, don't do it. Alright. So I'm taking all of the fettuccine whole. Can you see me over there? Just pouring that into the pot. Take this last little scoop. Spread it. Well, now, like, maybe I should have broke it in half, but I want long noodles, you know? That's what I'm supposed to do. It'll be alright. So, has it been a minute or two yet? I didn't have a timer going. What do y'all think? I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. Alright, and I will set the timer to 15 minutes. Oops, forgot it skips on purpose to save your time. Alright, so I got the stove timer set to 15 minutes for the pasta. Then that'll be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's been 1 to 2 minutes on this broccoli so far. Ooh. And now it's looking mighty juicy in there. Like it didn't need 2/3 cups of water. Just stir it up. Stir it up. As Bob would tell us to do. Bob Marley, that is. If you don't know who Bob Marley is, go watch the video right now. Go to the YouTube homepage, leave this video completely, go to the YouTube homepage and Google, and search Bob Marley and watch every music video that they have available of his. Alright, now for the good stuff. What makes it General Tso? Oh, and everyone, I am aware that General Tso's chicken is not a true Asian dish, but that doesn't stop me from loving it. Alright. Woo! Smells good. Now just pour it over there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take it. All of it. Live it. Alright. I think it's got enough of the sauce. I'm just gonna mix it around, cover it up. I definitely should have let some of that water cook out first. This will be General Tso flavored. It's not gonna have that good glaze like it's supposed to. So if y'all make this, remember, only put 1/3 cup of water or no water, or let it cook out first before you add in the General Tso sauce. If you want it to look like it looks at the restaurant, at least. Alrighty. I feel like it'll end out good still. Either way, I'm eating it. Either way, I'm eating it. Yeah, get in there. Get on there. Don't be trying to hide in the quote-unquote corner. Alrighty. So we got that covered up pretty good. I'm gonna let it cook some more on medium-high. Oh, P.S. It's been on medium-high heat this whole time, even when I was cooking the chicken. I'm gonna let it stay on that for a little while so that some of this water will cook out again, and then I'll simmer it until the pasta is ready. Let's scoot it on. Just a scooch. Alrighty. So, be back again. Alright. Use your Kevin Hart or Matt McConaughey voice to fill that phrase in how you like. As you can see, the pasta est fini. It's ready to be added into the deliciousness that is the chicken, broccoli, pepper, General Tso sauce mixture. And yes, the water did boil off. Yes. So now what I'm going to do is pour all of the mixture in the same pot as the noodles. And I didn't want y'all to miss out on that. So I moved the pot over to where the skillet was so that it would be in the camera's range. Alright, here we go. Yes. Oh, yes. Fill it up. Cover it up. And a mingle. Alright. Give me all the drippings. All of them. Thank you. So now, we got it all mixed in here together. Move it around a little bit with the spoon. Then I'm gonna get my pasta spoon. I guess that's what this thing is called. Hey y'all, is this called a pasta spoon? A slotted spoon with teeth. Now I'm just gonna mix it all up. I was trying to think of a side to make with this, and I was like, isn't this enough? Does this need a side? I don't think so. If you want a side, pull some of the broccoli out. Put that beside it on the plate. That's your side. And now we've got it all mixed up. Ugh. Nice and good. And there you have it. Some nice good clean General Tso's pasta. General Tso's chicken with noodles. General Tso's and lo mein. Whatever you would like to call this. You got it. We did it. We're done. I finally get to eat, y'all. I'll see you later. Bye.